All right, so some people, very judgy, think you shouldn't work at all while you're pregnant, especially leading up to your due date.
All right, I want to have this debate because this went viral, and I want to hear what everybody's take is on the show.
Cass, you want to get in on this here?
Absolutely, she should, because she is the one that is currently pregnant.
And working.
And working. So there was a tweet from @sfergs_. I truly believe that pregnant women should do nothing but focus on growing their baby safely. No work, no stress. Hearing stories of women working up until their due dates is insane to me. Now, I gave birth almost 7 months ago. I worked up to my due date. Like, I worked that Friday, and then I went in for my C-section on Monday. And it's a lot, and it's hard. I don't know if I would say the entire pregnancy sitting out and doing nothing but focusing on growing a baby, because again, it is a lot. You are creating a miracle. It is just mind blowing what a woman's body can do. But yeah, maybe at least a month, like that last month. That would have been nice.
Okay.
These are pretty strict here, though. She's saying nobody should work at all.
Yes.
And definitely not right up to your birth date.
But
Cass.
what privileged Stepford wife is saying that out loud? That is a privilege to be able to not work and be pregnant. Are you kidding?
Mm-hmm.
But they're
Most
saying government
people
assistance.
have to.
No, but they're saying it should be like companies.
All right, good.
Yeah, it's not that.
I thought she was just like, I am appalled by all you women, and it was just another one of those judgments that mom had to deal with. I was like, no.
This is not targeted at women.
Good.
This is targeting at the business world.
Good.
Okay,
Like,
so
businesses need to let women grow their babies and not have to work.
All right, so businesses give you 8 months, 9 months off before, and then you get your leave also afterwards. Okay.
12 weeks.
All right, and then 12 weeks after. Okay, Cassie?
Which should be more, but that's okay.
It should be way more than 12 weeks. That's where it really counts. But like other countries have really long maternity leave, so I don't see why we can't do it. But for me, I have 2 very different pregnancies. My first one, way easier. I also worked right up to the due date. Friday was my last day, and I went in on Sunday to be induced. No problem. This one, I'm 6 months in, and I could tell you at 5 months in, I was like, this is going to be difficult. This one has been way, way harder. I'm already doing like half load stuff at home because I literally can't. I physically can't. So I think it depends on your pregnancy. I think some people have really easy ones, and that's great, and it's easier to do stuff. And some people have harder ones, and it's a lot harder to even just do normal tasks. So I think some kind of government program where you get like that last month off would be fantastic, because that is the most difficult. But it's hard to say a blanket statement because her pregnancy might be totally different from someone down the street who had 0 problems.
It would be really difficult for companies around the country to give you your time, all that time off beforehand, and then the time off after also, because then you got to fill the position as well. So that is going to be bottom line. So if the government wants to pitch in and cover those salaries, but the government is never going to pitch in enough money to cover that for businesses.
They don't even want to pay for birth control to keep us out of this situation.
That's why I would love to know, like, how other countries have done this successfully, because other countries have done this successfully with maternity leave, with paternity leave.
But not beforehand. She's saying before. I don't know any countries that do it before.
I don't either. But I'm saying, like, right now, you only get like 12 weeks, and that's not even paid, but you get 12 weeks off, and not everybody does. So if you can expand that to other countries, some countries give you a year. So now let's split the difference. You get 6 months during your pregnancy, and then six months after.
Would you be okay with that?
Oh, my God.
If that was the compromise?
Oh, my God.
So you're talking about a year either way.
Yes, a year either way.
Okay.
So 6 months, and you can configure that year however you want it. If you wanted a year after, that would be glorious. All right, you get a year, and you can choose however you want to use that year. If you want to start taking it when you're at your 3rd month pregnant, or if you want to do it like you're 9 months pregnant, and then you want to take the year for after the baby's born. That sounds glorious to me.
So the government says, here's your time off.
Yep.
Divide it up any way you want.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anybody bold enough to call up that owns a business to say, oh, hell no. Hell no. Christina, good morning. You're on the Bert Show.
Good morning.
Hi.
I just want to say I've been through it 6 times, and I've done it multiple ways, all natural births and everything. But It depends on the employment area that you're in at that time. For me, I was a lead cashier at a facility, and I was out there slinging boxes. I was hyper. I was moving. Even the day when I went into the hospital, I'm like, damn, I'm missing work. Because I was just so full of energy. But another one, oh my God, like a month in, I'm exhausted. Just getting up in the morning, getting people out the door to school and everything. I was done.
Yeah.
That's all I could do.
I bet.
Plus, it is an inconvenience to the employer when you work up until the day of because, they're getting on pins and needles going, okay, she going to be here today? We got all this going on. So I can see both sides of it.
All right, here is Emily. Let's hear how she pulled this off. Emily got a full year off before and after birth. Okay, Emily, how did you pull this off?
No. I didn't pull it off. It's and I want to make sure I get it right because I'm sure there's other flight attendants that are listening. But Delta's policy with pregnant women is fabulous. So I went out at 14 weeks pregnant, and it was optional, which I think it was Cassie that was saying, like, if you can work up to, then you need to be able to. Delta, I think you're mandated to go out at 26 weeks pregnant, but you can work if you want to, and if you want to go out, you can go out. So I went out at 14 weeks pregnant, and then short-term disability, that was on my insurance policy, so it was paid leave before, and then afterwards you got your 6 weeks for C-section, and then it went up to 3 months paid leave after, and then you could opt out to up to a year, but it was unpaid leave. So of course you had to have, some other sort of income or some sort of stability plan. But yeah, it was fabulous. I was out a full year to focus, like the tweet said, on growing my child. But then what I felt like was most important, I was able to stay a year after and raise my child.
I know a whole bunch of people are applying at Delta today.
Yeah. Can't have that baby in the sky. Of course they want your time off.
The Bert Show.